Welcome again to the Melling Law YouTube channel. This is part of our series for existing clients. So if you've already had a trust done with us, this is to help you make that trust effective. Now with your bank accounts, or really with any financial account, you're going to want to make sure that certain steps are taken if you have a trust to make sure that your trust actually controls that asset. Otherwise it falls under your will, which would have to go through the court system and then into your trust and then be controlled by your trust. So we don't want to do that. We want it to just flow directly to your trust or in a different way. With bank accounts and most other financial accounts, there are three main ways that you can title that account in a way that's going to bypass probate and pass according to your estate plan. The first one that's most simple is a pay on death designation. And a pay on death designation simply means that the person who you list as a beneficiary of that account merely has to present a death certificate and identification to the bank or to the financial institution, and then they will be able to receive those funds. And you can even split it up, whether in equal shares or in unequal shares, to as many people as you wish, as many as the financial institution will allow. The downside to this is that it goes directly to them, so if the beneficiaries are young or if they have debts or other things, sometimes it's better to have it pass through the trust. Most of my clients, we are not going to do that pay on death designation directly to the beneficiaries. Instead, we're going to do it one of two ways, and if you're not sure which way you want to do it, you can give me a call. The one way is to simply have the trust hold title to that account. That's really the easiest way if your financial institution will allow it, and if it's not going to be burdensome. The one downside to that is that some people don't like writing checks out of their account name if it's in a trust, just because they feel like it's awkward or that it's strange to be writing checks as a trustee. If your bank will not allow you to write checks that appear to be personal checks, even though your trust is held that the bank account is held in the trust, then the third way we do it, which is perhaps the most common for most of my clients, is we do a pay on death to the trust. That way it is yours during your lifetime, it's in your name, but it does pass to your trust upon your death, and then your trustee can manage the funds without having to go through probate. Now, we have these binders here at Melling Law, and all of our clients have received them. They're these blue binders. And here on the front page, it gives you a little table of contents, and if you see here on number 2 is the certificate of trust. On that second tab, this is what that form will look like. It's just a certificate of trust. It has the name and date of the trust, who are the current trustees, who has authority to sign for it, and then it's also been witnessed and dated. Now with these forms, what this does is it proves the existence of the trust, and more importantly, it tells you what type of pay on death designation or who really is going to receive these funds. Now if you look here at the top where it says name of trust, in quotes, in this case Jane Smith, but the Jane Smith Revocable Living Trust, those quotes, that is the name of the trust, and then the date is also important. So when we have the trust name and date, we can fill out everything we need as far as any banking forms. Now, State Bank of Southern Utah has provided this form as an example for us as a way to show just how simple this process is. So if we zoom in here, this is just a simple account agreement, and you can fill this out at the bank, and we're going to list how the account is owned. Now it could be individual or joint, or it could be held in the trust, which would be this box right here, or what is sometimes more common is that we'll have an individual or joint with a pay on death to the trust. So we would just check this box here and then give the proper information here for that trust name and date, and then fill out the rest of the form and sign as appropriate. It really is that easy. So State Bank's form is very simple. Most banks are similar as well. But if you have any kind of financial account Feel free to check with us to see what is best in your situation, but you will want to have those accounts accounted for in your trust, whether through a pay on death designation or whether actually held in trust. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, you can always reach us at 435 572 0807.